Hi guys, welcome to Unbox Anything. Today I'll be reviewing the Galaxy Note 4. There it is. The Galaxy Note 4 came out around October 2014. Now it's going for around £200, unlocked one, £250. And there it is. I've had mine for it's coming to wait a second, 3 years, sorry, it's coming to 3 years, so I'll just round it up to 3 years. So I've had it for 3 years. I haven't had anything wrong with it, and I thought I might do a review for it, give it credit for it and explain what, how the phone's been and how, if you were thinking of buying one, what you would expect. So here's the phone itself. So just go ahead and take a look at the back. So if you look at the back, I've not had a case for it in the last 3 years. I have to point out that I'm very good when it comes to looking after my phone, so I never dropped it at all after the 3 years, and I've not had a case for it. But you can see that the leather, I think this was leather. Yeah, the leather is still great. I rarely clean it as well, but you can see it's really clean for a phone that never gets cleaned at all. Let's check in the sides. If you look in the side, you've got just a few marks obviously for the last 3 years, and I have to respect that obviously because that's decent. Had a few marks there. Obviously if I had a case on it, it probably would have been a lot better, but on there you can see I've managed to get a few marks there. But the ear jack works perfectly. The buttons work perfectly. See the buttons fall in properly, so there's not an issue with the batteries. The charger port works perfectly. The stick, I keep forgetting the name of these, just the pen. The pen still works perfectly. See, there we go, pen, everything still works. Just place it back in. So that one works and it fits in properly, so that's not an issue. Microphone works. I'll do a test for you in a few minutes. So yeah, if you look at the screen, you take a minute to look at the screen, I've not had any cracks at all. Well, you get a few scratches. There's just a few scratches if you look. But other than that, really, there's nothing serious. So the screen's really been okay. Because unlike the new Galaxy, the Galaxy S6, the one that bends out, and all the new ones that bend out, this one didn't have that, so the screen's got no issue. So you can see the buttons are still working. I just go ahead and put my pattern. There we go. So we're actually on the phone itself. It just needs me to update that. Just get rid of that. 1 second. So as you will see that the buttons are working perfectly. There we go. So we're actually on the phone itself. So as you see, the buttons work perfectly. I haven't had an issue with anything. See, everything's falling in line, syncs properly. So just a few things I have to point out. Over the last 3 years, I've experienced the phone obviously slowing down because I've got a lot of apps on it. Because I used to be someone that downloads lots of apps, and I forgot that Android phones can't handle that. So you have to be careful. When you have an Android phone, you just have to be careful that you don't download too many apps like I did. But yeah, I've had issues where it's been slowing down. So in terms of software wise, I've had times when I've actually had to turn the phone off so that it resets. Because it's been too slow, so I had to turn it off and then turn it back on. So that's an issue I've had. So just keep that in mind obviously, because I've had to struggle with that for the last 3 years obviously. The other thing is that once obviously you restart the phone, it speeds up again, but that only happens if you download a lot of things. If you don't download a lot of things, like maybe you just have up for your YouTube apps and that, so then that's fine. But other than that, but if you download more, then I suppose you're gonna have to, the phone will just end up slowing down. So I'll just go ahead and try to open a few apps. Obviously I'll just open YouTube. As you see, I mean, that was quick, wasn't it? It does open quickly. The phone does work quickly, but I did turn it off and then back on a few minutes ago, so that's probably why. And here you see that it's scrolling in line as well. That's fine. So software wise, the phone's fine. It's just that sometimes, like I said, when it's running for such a long time, it does that thing where it obviously, sorry, when it's running a lot of apps, it does that thing where it slows down and you have to turn it off and then back on. So that's just the cure. In case you're buying one and that happens, just turn it off and then turn it on, because you have to understand the RAM on it was quite small compared to the new ones. because the new ones, some of them come with 3 RAM memory or something, or 4 or something, whereas this one probably had 1. So don't blame me, because the apps are getting better but the phone itself isn't, so you can't blame it. So I just try to find here a video I can play it, to show you the video quality is still fine, because the video quality is just as good on this phone as it is on the new phones. Because the video quality on this phone is just as good as the quality on the new phones. It's just that obviously the brightness is probably better on the new phones and stuff like that, but really in general quality and stuff is just, they've not improved a lot in phones in the last 3 years, so it's almost nearly the same. So we'll just go ahead and play a video, some of my sisters. Yeah, I'm just gonna play a video here of my sister, some of the videos my sister watches, just to show you the quality and stuff. Here we go.
Tamari's Toys.
So the quality does look decent, which means I just turn it up to 180. And the speaker is still working, it's just right here. You can hear it, it's working. So there's not been an issue with the video quality is great on this phone, and the speaker is working, which is great. And when the phone rotates just in line, so it doesn't slow down when it's rotating. So yeah, you can see that like I was showing you before, see it turns in line, so it doesn't take ages to spin or anything to turn around, so which is great. So I hope I've kind of helped you to get an insight of how, in case you're thinking of getting the phone, or you have had it and you just want to understand a bit more and see how long you could last with it. I've had it mine for 3 years and you can see that it's alright, it still works perfectly, on button works, speed's fine. Just one disclaimer, obviously just one bad thing I mentioned, that it does get slow if you download a lot of apps on it, but every app works, every app is alright. Let me see if I can open Netflix. As you see, the internet's fast, so there we go, Netflix is up and running. All the other apps probably run, any app can run properly on this. I don't know if I've logged into my Instagram on this, no I haven't, but Instagram works. So yeah, that's it. So if I was to give you, a number out of 10, I would give it a 7. A 7, obviously, just because of the fact that obviously iOS have turned it on in case it gets too, too loaded with lots of open apps, and also sometimes it does heat up a lot, but that was normal. That was something normal that you would expect in all phones from 2014, especially Androids. If you remember back then, phones used to blow up and stuff, so that's kind of normal. So it does heat up a lot when you're charging it. So if you're charging it, make sure you watch it and you don't sleep on it at night, because then you might boom blow up at night, or it will slow it down. And sometimes if you use the phone while you're charging it, it really heats up. But apart from all that, yeah, it's a decent phone. A 7 would do. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my 3-year review actually, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.